Hello everybody, and welcome to this tutorial on how we will be setting up the Facebook, Instagram APIs through Meta and the Meta Business Console. So this video is going to be done in the context of N8N because this is where we do a lot of videos on in our channel for automation consulting services. But this can be applied to any application of the Meta API. But we will be taking the information that we are getting and putting it into N8N. A number of our students and those who watch our videos are going to be doing that. But feel free to glean what you need and then continue to move on. Automation Consulting Services is a automation consulting company that helps small business owners, medium-sized business owners, and business executives to optimize their time by automating the things that can be automated to save time and generate top-line revenue and bottom-line savings for their businesses. And we also offer educational services for those looking to upskill and get into the automation and AI world. So we'll be working with AI agents in this project, though we won't really be focusing on that aspect of the workflow today, the actual AI agent. We'll be working on the first, 5 nodes or so of this N8N flow, but we'll be doing most of our work in Facebook, Instagram, and then also the Meta Business Suite. So let's hop into it here. So we're going to start by going to Facebook. Facebook is a beast when it comes to creating profiles. They have a one profile policy, so each person is only allowed one Facebook profile. If you go and try and create Facebook profiles, there's a good chance you won't be able to do it. Even if you're a real person trying to create a profile, they are so strict. They will do things like check your email, they'll check your Wi-Fi, they'll check your browser history. They have access to all of that. Everyone does if you know how to program it. So they will block just about every attempt that you make. But if you do want to create a fake profile, I recommend opening up an incognito browser, clearing the cookies in your incognito browser, and then the piece that takes a little while is you need to create an email and then warm up the email. And the email can't be created from a new domain. So you'll need to create a genuine email. I'd recommend using a real name, not anything that's spammy that might raise red flags. Ideally, the name that you'll be creating for the Facebook profile. And then once you warm up that email for probably 2 to 4 weeks, and you're going to want to make sure that you send out emails from that email address and then also send responses back to that email, because that'll show the servers, the mail servers, that it's a legitimate email. These are things that Facebook can access if they make a request to the SMTP server. So if you're struggling to make a Facebook account and you don't have one for yourself, those are things I'd recommend. Facebook's help for this is terrible. They don't care. They're huge. They're giant, right? They're a social media monstrosity. They're a powerhouse, a tech powerhouse. They don't care about people making Facebook profiles at this point, which is maybe a little bit of an exaggeration, but that's how it seems to me. Anyway, that aside, because that is an important piece to this, you'll need to create a Facebook profile and then an Instagram profile. And you can do this from the app as well on your phone. For some of you, that might be easier. I'm going to walk you through how to do it both on your phone and on your computer. So for the Instagram, creating the Instagram profile, we're actually going to do that through the phone, and I'll kind of walk you through that step by step. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to navigate to your Facebook page. So let's just go home here. You're going to navigate to your Facebook page, and then you are going to go to Pages. And once you go to Pages, you got to make sure you're logged in under your primary user account. You're going to create a page. Create it as a public page. For now, that'll make things easier. Yep, you can get started. And just throw in the page name. We're going to call this Automation Consulting Services 2. Got it in a category. Can add it in as information technology. And then create the page. And then once you create the page and it loads, then you will add this information if you like. I'm going to skip this for the sake of the profile, or the sake of the video, just to keep it moving. You can add all this. If this is legitimate, kind of business profile, I'm going to turn all this off. You can keep that on, read through that if you are setting this up for a real business. And then we'll have our page, Automation Consulting Services 2. We'll get rid of these notifications. And then the next thing we're going to do, if you have your Instagram profile created already, this will save you a minute. Just go to settings here. And then you're going to scroll down to linked accounts. You're going to link Instagram and then connect an account. So in order to connect your Instagram account, you will have to upgrade the Instagram account to a professional account. This is something that Facebook did in December of 2024. They got rid of the basic Instagram API, so you can't just post automatically as, a Joe Schmo or, Sally Doe, no, right? Normal person. You have to create a legitimate professional profile, and they will upgrade whatever account you make. But if you have that account ready, you can go in and just connect that account from here and continue. It'll link up, right, using OAuth. I have not created a new account yet, so I'm going to make another account. We'll make it automation_consulting_services 2, just for the sake of this video. So we'll delete that. And I have found, and perhaps you can do this on the web, but I think it takes some pretty serious workarounds. The easiest way to get this set up for Instagram as well is just to go to the Instagram app. So I'm going to walk you through this. I'm not going to be posting this to the video. I'm not going to be adding the video footage from my phone. But if you go to your Instagram app, and if you haven't created an Instagram profile yet, then you can do that. But let's say you have an Instagram account already. You're going to go to the bottom right corner and click on the profile picture. And then you're going to go to the top right. Once you click on your profile, there's 3 lines, the hamburger menu, they'll call it sometimes. You're going to press on the hamburger menu and then scroll the whole way down and click Add Account. That'll be right next to the Logout button. Click Add Account, and then you're going to be prompted to either log into an existing account or create a new account. You're going to create a new account. I'm going to generate one called automation_consulting_services 2, and then the number 2, because I already have 1, and that's too long. We're going to call it Automation Consulting 2. It's got to be under 30 characters. And then press continue once you do that, and it takes. And then you're going to press allow and continue. And then you're going to complete the sign up. And while that's happening, you can navigate to the Meta Business Suite. So if you type in Meta Business Suite, you're going to come into this. It's going to be linked up to your Facebook account. And what you need to do to get this set up is you need to come over to this menu here. And you are going to create a new business portfolio. This is just how Facebook has it set up. The easiest way to get access to the API, especially if you're bundling Facebook and Instagram, is just to do this. So let's create a business portfolio. We're just going to call it Automation Consulting Services 2. First name. And then you could throw in your business email. And then once you generate that, and if you have your Instagram loading on the side there, you can go through the rest of the prompts there, have it remember your login info, etc., then skip any of the other steps. and that should get you set up and you should be logged in with a new profile. So we currently have this Automation Consulting Services to Business portfolio. And then in that, you can see we have the Facebook page that we created already. It prompted us to add that. I'll show you, we're not going to add that here just in case it doesn't prompt you. I'll show you how you can add that on the page. And so this is called a business asset. So each of your Facebook pages and Instagram pages is a business asset. So we're going to add 2 assets to this portfolio. So let's, for now, let's press next here. Yeah, we'll press next. Okay, wonderful. So we've created a business portfolio here. And what we are going to do is click on settings next. We're going to make sure that profile is selected. We're going to click on settings. And then we are going to come down here and we are going to click on pages. So we had a chance to add the page before. Now we're going to add an existing Facebook page. We're just going to type in Automation Consulting Services. It's going to come up. Great. That gives us the page ID, which is very helpful. And then we'll agree. And as this is happening here, yeah, well, actually, take that back. We can just move right into adding the Instagram account. So let's add that Instagram account that we created. And again, if any of this, if you want to create a Facebook or Instagram API and any of this seems too complicated or you're running into errors, first step is drop a comment in the comment section of this video and we'll help you through the comments. Someone from our team will, as quickly as possible, we have a pretty good response rate as well in terms of timing, get back to you on your inquiry. But also if you're just like, hey, I don't want to learn how to do Meta Business portfolio. I know how to do Facebook, I know how to post on Instagram, but I just don't care about this stuff. I want to run my business. Just reach out to us. You can drop us a comment. You can grab our business email from our YouTube account. Reach out to us and we can talk about how we might be able to help you and get this done for you. Because a lot of this can be pretty technical, especially once you start working with the APIs, and low code, no code tools make this easier, but it isn't something that you're going to learn overnight. But anyway, now that we're back to setting up this Instagram account, we're going to agree to their terms of service, and then we are going to add an Instagram account here. And then this is the next tricky piece. So we are going to come to this page, and what's going to happen more likely than not is we are going to try to log in. We're going to type in the password to our Instagram account. And it's going to give us this error. And so what you need to do now is we have to go back to the Instagram app, because in order to verify this Instagram account, we actually need to disconnect the Instagram account. So there's kind of 2 ways that we can go about this next step in terms of linking this to the Meta Business portfolio. I'm going to show you how to do it through the Instagram app, and then there's also a workaround that we can do, which may work for some accounts, may not work for other accounts. So I'm going to show you both ways, and you can figure out which one's going to work for you and your needs. So let's go back into the Instagram app, and you're just following along with me here as I'm talking. You are going to click on the profile picture in the bottom right corner, and then go into the top right corner and click on the hamburger menu. And then you're going to click on the Accounts Center, which should be right there at the top. It'll say password, security, personal details, add preferences. And then we are going to click on the passwords and security section, which is just a couple of folders down, password and security. It's under account settings. And then we're going to click change password. And then you're going to navigate to the profile that you created that's currently linked to your Instagram account. And it's going to prompt you to put in your current password, a new password, or retype a new password. What you actually need to do is press forgot your password. Again, this is the workaround I've found. I haven't been able to make this work otherwise. I've done this for clients as well. But what you need to do now is go and get the email that was sent to your account, the email that's on file for your account, and that'll prompt you to reset your password in the web browser. So you can go and do that and reset your password, and then come in here after you reset your password and everything is confirmed that it works, and then you can enter your password here, and then just walk through the steps. That will work for some people, and it will give you like a stronger access to the Instagram. But I'm also going to show you another workaround here, which will also work. So we're going to log out of this, and we're actually going to go back to Facebook, and we're going to go back to that Facebook page we created, and we are going to link an Instagram account. So remember, we went to settings and privacy. If you lost your way here, you navigate to the Facebook page, right? Navigate to your pages. And you can do this from the account that was created, the Facebook page that was created, or from your personal account. And then we're going to navigate to that page. And then just on the sidebar here, we're going to go to settings, and then back down to linked accounts. And we're going to connect Instagram. We're going to connect an account. We're going to connect, continue. And it's going to prompt us to sign in. So you need to now add the information here as well. So you should have created that new password. And once you create that new password, you can enter that and log in. And if you see a screen like this, you'll know that you logged in successfully. And now you can head back to Facebook here. Continue. And on my screen, a number of these OAuth windows will have popped up. Let's continue, just X out of those. We're going to switch accounts. Oh, actually, that is, we're going to enter our newly created password for this account. And we can log in. Let's see. That didn't take. Automation Consulting 2. Great. Save your info. Again, sometimes with these OAuth windows, it just takes a minute. And if we X out of this OAuth window, we should be able to now log in as our profile. And then it's going to prompt us to set up as creator or business. You choose what's best for you. We're going to set it up as a business for this tutorial. instead of consulting agency because that's proper to what we are. And it's going to switch to a business account. We mentioned this is going to happen. This is the only way to get access to the API. We're not going to use our contact info, and then it is ready to go. And most importantly, is going to connect through Meta here. So that Facebook page that we created is now going to be connected to the Instagram account. We'll give that a minute to load, and it's connected. Great. So you can see it should pop up here and say connected to Instagram, and it should be listed on under the Meta Business Suite. If we go to our assets, we should have our page be under here, right? So that's correct. That's one asset. And our Instagram account. Now this is the piece where you might not have to do this depending on your use case. So let's try to add this. Automation Consulting 2. Yeah. So this is one of these funky things that, truthfully, I haven't figured out yet with Meta. So we have linked our Instagram to this account, but for some reason, it will not let us add the Instagram account to the Instagram accounts section. So it will work without this, at least for more basic use cases. Perhaps if your use cases are more complex, you may run into some problems here and you might have to do some more digging. This isn't somewhere we have gotten yet with our clients. Every call that we've made using the APIs has worked using this method, but just something to be aware of. So the other thing that we need to do is we need to create a system user. So this is going to be the test user who is going to be granted an access token to access the API. So let's just call this test user 1. You can create a similar name. We're going to give them admin access. We're actually going to give them access to the whole system. I went a little bit out of order here. So the next thing you need to do is you need to go to developers.facebook.com. And again, if you're feeling like, hey, this is great, this is a great tutorial, thanks ACS for making this for us. I don't want to do this, but I want the functionality. Just reach out to us. We are more than happy to help you and talk to you and quote you, a price for your job and kind of what you need, because this stuff can be pretty overwhelming. So then let's go to My Apps. Let's see if that redirects us. No. Developers.facebook.com again. And sometimes this will happen if you have the tab open already. So closing out all your tabs would be a smart thing to do at this point. Developers.facebook.com. Bear with me here as we sort this out. Developers.facebook.com. So if this is happening to you, what you can do is just grab a incognito window and go to developers.facebook.com. It'll prompt you to get started up here if you haven't created one yet. You will need to click get started and then go through the prompts in order to log in. If I was able to create a new Facebook account, I would walk you through this, but because Facebook's so strict, I can't even generate a new account. So you'll click login. We'll log in with Facebook. Click my apps. And yeah, we just needed to delete our cookies on that. So, all right. So what you'll need to do now is come in and create an app. Once you've created your account, you'll create it through Facebook and just give it a name. We'll call it Automation Consulting 2. It's been the name we're going with. Add your contact. Your use cases, you're going to put other unless one of these applies to you. Take a minute and read that. We're going to add it as a business. And then select the appropriate business portfolio. That's going to make sure everything works correctly. And then once we come in here, once this shows up, we're actually going to go back to our Meta Business Suite. We're going to add a system user. We're going to add test user 1. We're going to give them an admin permission, and we're going to create the system user. And it should generate for us. Wonderful. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to assign, this user doesn't have any access right now because it's separate from, who you are. So what you need to do is you need to assign it assets. And we're going to assign it as the page, app, and Instagram accounts. So we're going to get access to the page, and then you're going to give it access to everything. This is important. Add revenue as well. This test user is essentially you. So if you understand what you're doing here and you want to change the permissions, you want to give access to, say, a freelancer or something like that, you may want to change the permissions. And then we're also going to access great, it shares these permissions already. So this is the issue we were having with Instagram before. It's saying, you don't need to do this. It's already done. And so we'll just take their word for it. Great. All right, so these assets were assigned. If we refresh the page, they should show up under test user 1. Wonderful. And you can see here, right, this is part of the strange aspect of how these integrations work because Instagram's under Meta. We have to manage this Instagram account now. Even though, I press login. Login. Wonderful. So even though it's connected, just the way Meta set this up is it's just not easy, right? It's just not easy to get this going. So to give it full control of everything, it'll be able to post to Instagram for you. Wonderful. So now you can see this test user 1 with this ID has full access to all our pages and to the app, which is important as well. So we're set up here. So the thing we need to do now is we need to generate an access token for this bot. So we're going to generate that token. We're going to select the app in question. We're going to set the expiration to never, just so we don't have to come and do this again. You can change that if you'd like. And we're going to give it every permission here. So again, if you know exactly what you want to do, you do not need to give it every permission. But if you're not sure what you're going to want to do and you want to avoid setting this up twice and you want to avoid headaches of being like, I have everything configured correctly, but it's just not working, just add all these. So this is a part of the OAuth 2, which stands for Open Authorization Protocol 2, which this is actually really wonderful, where you get really granular control over what parts of the API someone has access to. So you can generate a test user. It's really kind of nice if you're going to be working with developers and things like that, and you want certain people to have certain scopes. But it's kind of a pain if you're just a small business owner and you're like, hey, I just want access to everything. It's just me handling this. We're going to copy that token. So, and again, if you want help with this, there's a lot of steps here. You're probably going to run into some errors here that we didn't run into or cover in this video. Drop us a comment. We'd be happy to help you there. But also just reach out to us. I mean, if you become our client, you will have total access to us for the length of the project. So let's hop back into our Meta API here. So in this edit fields node, and again, you can download this template for free in the comments below. But in the edit fields node, we're going to have this forever access token for test user. So you're just going to come in and paste that access token. And this access token, let's just test this step so you can see what it's going to return. It's in the edit fields node or in a set node. So it's just going to return the access token. And this is just kind of like setting a variable. That's essentially what we're doing here. But then you're going to see here in the Facebook Graph API, we have that access token set. And it's going to grab all of our accounts for us. So this is the path. And then this question mark here starts the query. And then here is our key value, our key part of the JSON that's going to be returned. And then this is the pair value that's going to be associated with it. And so what this is going to return, if we test this step, is it's going to return all the page IDs that this particular user has access to. So again, remember, this is an access token that was generated through the Meta Business Suite. We generated it here. So this user ID is associated with this token. And these are these are the pages that have access that this user that this user has access to. So this user here and this access token has access to this page. And you can see here the name, this Automation Consulting Services 2. This is the page ID. And then this is the access token for the page. So this piece of information and this piece of information is what we're hunting for in order to post to Instagram and Facebook. And then once we get that, we can set the page ID and the short-lived page access token, which is what this is the page ID, like we just mentioned. This is the short-lived page access token. We can set those, and that will be what we need in order to post into Instagram and then Facebook as well. But that's the hard part. You're set up. You can go check out our other video on our page to see how to finish this out. Or maybe you're coming from that video and we mentioned in that video that we'll have this tutorial to walk through that, but that is the process. And once you have all those things connected in the Meta Business Suite, that should work for you. You might run into some other issues if you're using this API in a more complex way. We haven't completely tested this for every use case, but we know that this works for the majority of use cases, especially for simple posting to Instagram and Facebook, which is what most people will be doing. But if you have any questions, please reach out in the comments. If you like this video, like and subscribe to our channel. That would really mean a lot to us. And if you need help with any of your business problems related to automation, APIs, web scraping, anything like that, we can do all of that. So just drop a comment that you want to connect or grab our email and reach out to us, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. And other than that, we will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye now.